Hey guys, it's a customer's knife. What I'm doing now is cleaning up with acetone. Acetone, you want to clean all the oil, WD-40, such, whatever was on here. Get inside the holes. These are the pinholes, and in here are just the holes to both balance the blade and also to let the scales bond better. See, I already drilled the holes. This is stabilized burled maple. And I got the pinholes drilled, and I also pull some indents inside the liner through the wood so the epoxy's got something to bond to. And I wipe them down as well. Wipe the liner part down with some acetone here just to clean it up a little bit. Clean off any dust or anything like that. They're pretty good. So clean off my pins. Clean these pins off slightly. I got a little work mat here that I put some painter's tape down on, and it's a little cutting board here that we use. See this? And I put the painter's tape down. That's what I'll mix my epoxy on. And as you can hear, the stabilizing unit in the background. Now these here, I mark these. See, they got little joints right here for that side and this side here. This is a little hunk of stabilized burl maple. I'll be putting a liner in between it because everybody that gets a ferro rod, if you got some liners on your knife, I'll match by putting an accent liner in your ferro rod handle. So nice little something, looks good with it. And this customer is getting his knife, and he got a free ferro rod because this past month I had a free ferro rod. If you ordered something in I think it was October, whatever it was, well, he ordered his knife. He finally came out, selected everything, so he gets a free ferro rod. And it's a ferro rod with the liner, didn't matter, with or without. He's got a brass tube that goes through it, and it's 4 inches by 3/8 of an inch size ferro rod, and it includes the little attachment that you put on the front of the sheath. That's usually $50 to add on to it. That's a free one for his knife. So that's dried. Now while it's drying, I'll take my T88 here and put some T88 out so I can start mixing it up. Turn these upside down. Get that T88 going here. I'll make swaps back and forth. I'll make swaps back and forth with the T88, about yay big, about 2 inches long, and I'll make 6 or 8 of them going across there, the part A and then the part B, so I know exactly I'm getting 50-50 of each. And then just mix it up with some, I get these little painter sticks, and I cut these down, and they work perfect for applying everything. So pardon me if I don't talk too much. I'm not used to filming myself still and doing all this, so it actually is a little distracting in a way. I give kudos to the guys that do it, but right now it's still making sure I do everything correctly is a big important aspect of stuff. I'm not saying those guys don't, it's just they've been doing it so much longer than me that they're used to doing it in front of a camera and everything else. But I just wanted to give you guys little ideas of what's happening here. So here's the as I'm mixing everything. So just mix it back and forth. As you can see, I can't really do this with holding a camera and this at the same time, but mix this up really good. Mix it up for about a minute, and then I'll apply this to the knife for the scales and get that going. What I'm going to do is I'll just apply a little bit to the part of each scale first, and then I'll put it on the blade. And I forgot who I got this idea from, but I was actually just doing it all by hand. I was holding everything and trying to set it all together, and I watched somebody put it in their vise, and I don't know who it was. Can't remember which knife guy it was, but I couldn't believe it. It was like one of those epiphanies, you know, some of the simplest things in the world we don't always think about. And here some fellow was doing it, and I was thinking to myself, duh, well, that's a lot easier. It's like having a third hand. So here I just apply a little bit on this scale. I'll apply it on the other scale. The scale's already marked. I have it written on the top here. It's a spine, so I know which part's the spine and which part goes to the belly of the scales. And I already sanded down my pins, rubbed the pins down, get any burrs off of them, as well as smooth them out a little bit and give them a little bit of a texture. Give the pins a little bit of an abrasion to it, some lines in it from the sandpaper, so they adhere better. So there's that. Now, come on over here for my knife. Get the epoxy in here real good. Probably gonna end up having to make another batch just through my ferro rod, but we'll see. So, but I was hoping not to have to do that, but I might have to. Yep, I'm gonna have to. I'll have to make another batch, or probably use the other type of epoxies just a little bit, but I want to make sure the handle's done, the scales are done right. So that's the important part. Get these scales done correctly. Ferro rod can wait. So what you do here is there. Put this in there. Make sure I'm not losing the epoxy dripping down anywhere else. Keep it all for the knife right now. There we go. There we go. Actually, matter of fact, I might get a little oozing out of this that I'll probably be able to use for the wood. There we go, look at that. Yep. Waste not, want not, right? So then put the epoxy on those two sides. Oh yeah, look at that. Hey? Got a bunch oozing out of there. Perfect. I planned it that way. Yeah. Planned it that way. Yeah, sure I did. So, again, get my liner in there. The line's lined up so I know which one's which. In this regard, just going to squeeze it and wiggle it together. And I'm going to use a clamp. There we go. And that's going to be it. That's just going to hold it. Nothing pretty and fancy. It all gets cleaned up afterwards, but I just have to make sure that I get these straightened out, actually. Get them squared. There we go. A little acetone on the rag. Clean it up slightly. I don't have too much drips or anything. So, okay. Alright, put that there now. Start clamping the knife or scales down. Now the goal with this is you want to clamp these down and you want the oozing, like you're going to see here. You want this oozing, but you don't want it to a point to where you squeeze all the glue out and then you don't have anything anymore in there to hold it. So you also want to stagger your clamps. So just enough pressure on there so I can start doing this right. Same with this. Let me clean this off here slightly. That pin's out even. That's the other reason why I got the paper towel here. So often it was dripping down in my my workplace. But let's get this clamp on here. Get it clamped just right. Oops, what am I doing here, guys? See, look at that. Yeah, I have to do this way. This will hold true too, because I'll actually take it out of this after a while and I'll rest it to the side. There we go. See, that one came loose, so that's good. Take that up. And I'll just smooth this slightly because I'm going to take it out of the clamp later and I'll set it down someplace. And then any epoxy can drip and fall off. So now, cleaning the oozing off. I also want to clean the shoulders. One of the things I got to doing is my mentor told me this. I don't know how much it actually holds up once you do it, but I just rub a little epoxy on the shoulders too. And I saw another guy do it. Rub the epoxy on the shoulders. It's stabilized, which was the theory. You know, back then he wasn't stabilizing anything, so I stabilized it. So I don't know if it's really necessary, but one of those kind of practices that sometimes you stick with things because it works, or you just do it out of habit. So. But get this and a little acetone, and I want to clean these shoulders off, but I also want to clean the blade off. You want to get in there. You want to get right into this area right here where the wood and the steel are, and you want to clean all that epoxy off the blade as best as you can, so you have less issues later on. And the best way to do it is a little acetone and wipe it down. Get my light down in here. This side's good. That side looks good too. Now, nice. Okay. Paper towels here. Looks like it's good. A little bit of dripping there. Otherwise, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what I got here. There. Okay, so that's all clamped up, ready to go. That's all clamped up, ready to go. So, yep. Then once that's set, what I'll do is I'll end up, I'll drill my holes for both the lanyard ring. I'll do a little shock cord to wrap around it, as well as a hole for the ferro rod itself, and that'll get epoxied in as well. But I'll just use a standard epoxy that you buy from the stores. Works really well. It's just to keep the ferro rod in place, and I haven't had any issues with it at all doing it that way. So otherwise, this is looking good. Looking good. So push that out there slightly. There we go. Take you off here, guys. Take a look at it here. Hopefully I can get you to see it real quick. There we go. As you can see, now you know You can hear that stabilizing unit in the background. Now you know why I moved it out of this workshop area and put it in the woodworking area. But there's going to be some nice looking pins too. I like those pins. So there you go. Clean that up a little bit more and then we're good to go. So thanks guys. Thanks for stopping over and lose the camera there for a second. Well, thanks for watching it. Sorry it took so long. Again, all this video stuff's kind of new to me, so thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me the thumbs up and such like that. You guys have a good one. Bye.